Genesis TV family, Happy New Year! This is your girl Nicole Musoni, and today I am going to answer a few of your questions. Let's do it! Well, for those who don't know, I was born in Rwanda, and both of my parents are Rwandan, which makes me proud. And so they were born and raised in Rwanda. So at age 2, we came here in Canada, Montreal. So ever since I am here. Absolutely, I kind of felt, like, you know, when you know it's something that you always wanted to do, like ever since I stepped a foot on the stage with my dad when I was 2 years old, my parents always told me, like, you were a kid who loves like the drum, you were a kid who you like the melodies, you love to dance, you always wanted to sing, I wasn't shy. So I think that yes, I always knew I wanted to be a singer. What first got me into music, to be frankly honest with you guys, I think my first introduction to music was from my dad. For those who don't know, my dad is also a musician, a singer-songwriter. In his time, he goes by the name of Musoni. And my dad always played music at home. He always sang, always played guitar, always loved to entertain guests. It was always part of our family dynamic. So I would say my lovely daddy. Wow, there is I kind of answered that question in the previous question, but I will add something else also. Obviously, my dad inspired me a lot because he was my first influence, right? And then when I came here in Canada, I got the pleasure to discover Celine Dion. So Celine Dion I would say, was one of the most influential artists in my time, like when I was in my younger days. So she was very a true inspiration. At that moment, she taught me how to speak French, because honestly, my French was poor. I had a lot of difficulties with French at school. So she's the one who kind of introduced me, and I started singing in French. And so Celine Dion and my dad. Well, I really don't like to, put, like, I don't like when people put like artists in specific boxes. But I would say I love R&B, I love soul, I love artists like Sade, I love French artists like Jodassin, Francis Cabrel. Then I love very current music, like César. It's a mix of the old contemporary and then alternative R&B and soul. All that, I think it makes kind of me. So yeah. Back to Rwanda documentary was for me a very, 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 very important piece of my life journey. We filmed those footages in 2013 first. 2013 was an important year for me because it was my first time back home, back to Rwanda, The last time I was in Rwanda is when I was 2 years old, and my mom, we left Burundi for a few days to go see my family in Rwanda for our final goodbyes. So that was the last time. I think it was in 1980, I would say 86, I would say. So I went back home. I was super excited. I wanted to eternalize those moments. I knew it was about to be very emotional, very intense. So I also shot my video Runaway Love in Rwanda in 2013. So I flew my friend, my dear friend Louis Lupien, who is an amazing videographer, very creative person. So I told him, listen, actually he came with that type of idea. He said, like, while we're shooting, let's just film a few of your moments with your family, and then we'll do something about it after. So it was amazing. It was very special. It was very intense. It was very emotional. Having my mom, my family there, having to perform at Kigali Up was my first time performing also back home. It's like a big mix of emotion, but that makes it so special. Yes, I wish I could go back to that. But at least we have footages for that. There's so many amazing artists in Rwanda. Honestly, I see how the industry is growing, and I'm loving it. So I would love to collaborate, obviously, with the band, because he has this way of, he has a beautiful voice. Not only that, but he's very good with melody, and this guy knows when it's a hit, you know. And he already know that. I told him that already. I would love to collaborate with my God, King James, his voice, his voice is like honey, you know, the raspiness of his voice. He has a beautiful tone, and I think we could create something very beautiful together. I'm a helpless romantic, you know, because the way he sings this song is very like romantic, or I love that. I'm also like old school. Also, I grew up listening to Masamba, to Sisi Kayirebwa, like all those beautiful voices. I will like iconic voices. I would love to find a way to merge all of us. Oh, and Teta Diana Love, my God. This girl has a mind, the creative mind of this woman, and the way she merged the emotion and the traditional feel and the I'm in love with you, Teta. I mean, there's so many other artists, but right now is just that's what comes to my mind. Oh my God, another question. It's so difficult. Right now I'm obsessed over this artist. Her name is Ceza. She is from the States, and she has this way of creating music that is very inspiring to me. I've been following her. I respect her grind. I respect the way she kind of bloomed in front of our eyes, the way she writes, the energy she gives, her story. It's like I really can connect with this amazing artist, Ceza. So I would love to be an opening act for her. I would love also to open for other artists in Rwanda. That kind of can merge with me, and obviously I would love to open for Beyonce. I just respect her grind so much. I think she is the entertainer of our era right now. She is doing it, and yeah, so those are the two. Well, I went to school for in cinema, and there was like few brackets. There was cinema, communication, and journalism. So I think I would love, not I think, I know I would love to be a journalist, because I love writing stories. I love finding a way to connect with an audience. I love writing, and I think journalist, reporter, you know, that. And also I think the way to go now, there's this huge focus on entrepreneurship, and I think it's the way to go. It's not made for everyone, but I definitely would be an entrepreneur, you know, which I am today, but it would be probably would be my main focus, yeah, and give back to the community, absolutely. I would like, honestly, I don't have a favorite or least favorite. I just am a girl who loves music, who loves to be close to her audience. So, you know, I think the coziness, more intimacy, the way I'm able to touch my audience, like small venues, it's for me, I think. But I'm not saying no to the big venues. Come on. But I think one of the best performance that is really forever will be in my heart and locked down would be me performing at Amahoro Stadium for Kigali Up in 2013. That was something very special, and I could say that was one of my biggest moments. Big, huge. I think internet is just the new vessel to connect with your audience. You don't need to travel, really. We've seen it here during the pandemic. You know, people are able to make shows through the internet. You know, if it wasn't for that, you know, I think even now, me as a independent artist, I think labels are now very, very, very scared, because a lot of independent artists can be as successful as an artist who signed in a label, and I think it's amazing, because it kind of gives you the two extreme points. You know, you have the big label with the big machine, and then you have the independent artist who has a small team but who can make things work. You know what I mean? So I think internet has its good and down points, but for people like us, me who does music or is an entrepreneur, I think internet is helping us big time. Well, I could say that I don't know if it's an advice, but I'm a firm believer of positive energy. When you shouldn't pay attention to all those people who have something to say, or who has something negative to say about you, or you know, who are are a distraction to your happiness. Always walk straight. Always walk straight. My mom always told me, walk straight. Don't pay attention to anything. Follow your line. Follow your light. Keep shining and walk straight. You know, and keep the good energy around you, or surround yourself with good energy, good people, and the universe will do the rest. more women in power, more women of color in power, more gender equality. I think the music industry is a man's world still today, so we have a lot of work to do, but every time I see a woman in power or in a high position, I am very, very proud, because we came from far, like Rwanda is just a beautiful example of how we have so much women in power just in the in the government is just a beautiful way to kind of show the world that who runs the world. So what's next for me, guys? What's next for me? I have so much this year. More music, more visuals. I want to be out there more for my fans. I want to be connected with you guys. Also, I have also personal projects. I co-owned a vintage store boutique, I would say, that will be releasing our new website very soon, but it's called Byinshi. I am co-owning this boutique with my sister Lydia Teta, who is also a Rwandese just like me, and so we have like cool vintage pieces, just like this one. So this is a Michael Hoban 1990s vintage leather coat. It's super dope. I love wearing like vintage clothes from the 80s, the 90s, and just wear them and make it so current, but then have your own touch around it. So we specialize in having cool and exclusive vintage pieces. If you go on Instagram, it's BINTEJIII. So yeah, so follow us for now on Instagram, but we are under construction and we are revamping everything. So follow me, Nicole Musoni, on Instagram for more details. I love this question. Listen, every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. So hustle. Well, beside the music, like I said, I have a vintage store, a vintage boutique online. We sell exclusive vintage pieces just like this one, like I showed you. I'm also a model. So I'm a model. I'm signed with a model agency here called Folio, which is one of the biggest model agency in Canada. I also have other personal projects that I can't say right now, but for sure you will see more of that throughout the year. So yeah, all those three along with the music. So this is what I'm doing to survive. First of all, I am going to say that I am very proud of my country. We are people of resilience. We're hard worker people, and we have not only an amazing country, but the culture is so rich, and I am so happy to be not only Rwandese, but to also represent this country wherever I go, wherever I will be going. We have an amazing leader, and I am very, very proud for that. I'm very proud for that, and I am very proud of the way that this country grew and bloomed throughout all these years. We also, the music part is something for me incredibly special, because I see what's going on back home. I see how the music industry is blooming. The East Africa music industry is blooming. You know, it's not only the Nigerian, it's not only the Ghanaian, like it's just, we have our own sound. We have our own sound, we have our own industry, you know, in the mix of this beautiful melting pot of the African music. Rwanda has its own sound, and I love that. And the way I see you guys blooming, and the way I see different artists coming out every day, it gives hope for younger generation to come out and be an artist. You know, like nowadays, I can really say that you could come out to your parent and say, "Mom, I want to be an artist," whether a musician, like painting, anything that is creative, a dancer. I think that Rwanda has the space for us for that. I could say, guys, I see you. You guys are, I think, a big part of my following is from back home. I just want to say that I love you guys. I am coming back home. I want to make more music. I want to do music in Rwanda. I want to collaborate with other Rwandan artists. Thank you for your constant support. Thank you for your constant love. And I cannot wait to go back home and perform and meet you, all of you. All right, so thank you so much, Genesis TV family. I love you guys, and thank you for having me. Bye.